Are you ready?
Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, and Scott Robbins.
We just become best friends. Yep.
Making sense of it all.
Now I get it.
And having some fun.
Lighten up, Francis.
This is the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
All right, let's do it. The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins. Thank you for being here. Well, Trump had the big speech last night, prime time. Some people were very disappointed, saying it's too short. Did he have to go prime time with that?
No, it wasn't too short.
I didn't think it was too
It was
short.
just fine.
And what about that war we were promised?
What happened?
Well, we talked about this yesterday. You mentioned it. You saw it during the show yesterday, David.
Yeah, there was part of me that was wondering a couple days ago when it was announced, is this going to have something to do with Venezuela? And then Carolyn Leavitt, the White House press secretary, was on Fox yesterday saying, yeah, he's going to basically give a year in review and talk about what's coming up in 2026. Mm-hmm. But then Tucker Carlson came out and was like, well, I heard from a congressional source, who's definitely not Marjorie Taylor Greene, that he was going to declare war on Venezuela.
Yes.
And then that didn't happen.
So I went back and listened to that clip, and Tucker gave the disclaimer, I don't know. Yeah. This is what someone told me. Mm-hmm. But certainly people run with that.
Sure.
And Tucker's not a dumb guy. He's got to know people are going to run with that. And then wondering if that was going to happen last night, it did not happen. Mm-hmm. The president talked about a number of different things, sort of saying we're back.
Tonight, after 11 months, our border is secure. Inflation has stopped. Wages are up. Prices are down. Our nation is strong. America is respected. And our country is back, stronger than ever before. We're poised for an economic boom, the likes of which the world has never seen.
So overall, with the speech last night, did you like it? Did you think it was a good idea?
I thought the Biden sucks banner in the background was a little much, but yeah. That was brought up about 1,000 times, too.
Well,
under Biden.
Did you think that was a bad move?
No, I think it's fine. I mean, it's fine.
What'd you think, David?
I just kind of thought it was boring. I'm glad the Venezuela thing wasn't a real thing.
Here's the thought that I had when it was over. Okay, thinking, all right, overall, what's the point of that? And I think it is because if you were watching it, whether it was on Fox or it was on one of the networks, if it is NBC, ABC, CBS, the other ones, you can't spin it till it's over.
Yeah.
A lot of people in the country don't know all of these things. Yeah. It was almost his way of saying that all these things have happened. Mm-hmm. Again, I know all those networks will go back and say, well, let's fact check that. Mm-hmm. And they'll spin it, and that's fine. But part of it is, I think, is just getting the information out there to, half the country that would never even hear it. Mm-hmm. I think is part of that. When Trump talked about, we're going to give military people checks, 1776, that sort of thing. As an example, with ABC, they're going to go to, hey, he can't do that.
In honor of our nation's founding in 1776, we are sending every soldier $1,776. Think of that. And the checks are already on the way.
The president says that money is coming from tariff revenue. But even Republicans have said he can't cut those checks without approval from Congress first.
Okay. The way he sounded, the checks were on the way. I think there are a few things that people say he can't do, like drug boats boom. And it just sort of happens. And then what was it, the jobs?
And while he claimed his mass deportation efforts are benefiting the U.S. economy, creating, quote, more housing and more jobs for Americans, job numbers out this week paint a different picture. Unemployment rose in November to its highest level since 2021.
Talking about American-born.
Yeah.
It has risen. But they'll use any sort of fact or figure to basically throw water on anything he says. That's just part of what they do.
It does paint a different picture, though.
Oh, yeah.
The pitcher was there. And the catcher, too. You notice that?
That she says pitcher and not picture?
Said pitcher, yeah.
Yes, that can be.
I'm a network news person.
This is something else that a lot of the networks do. and CNN, stuff like that, when you're talking about health care, because people are going to be paying out the nose for health care because of the Obamacare subsidies.
President once again teasing his health care plan, but offering no substantial details. Instead, he blamed Democrats for expiring subsidies.
And it's their fault. It is not the Republicans' fault. It's the Democrats' fault. It's the Unaffordable Care Act.
Republicans control both chambers of Congress and are set to leave town in just a few hours without sending a health care bill to the president's desk.
That sets David off right there.
Well, yeah, because it's like, well, yeah, they control it now. Okay. Who all voted for the Affordable Care Act to begin with? Was it a bunch of Republicans? No, it was no Republicans.
Right.
But it's like, well, now it's their mess up because they're not bailing our bad plan out.
Yeah, with the COVID subsidies that have to run out at some time, but they're saying, no, they can't.
No, they can't. It's impossible.
Because it's not sustainable.
Dude, it's like every other subsidy. Once it starts, you can't reel it back in. You just can't. And I felt that way when they started this COVID subsidy thing. I thought, well, you know what? This is done now.
Probably right.
It's 7% of the population. I think I read that somewhere.
Okay. Here's the other part with the way they just framed that whole thing. They didn't talk about the prescription prices coming down.
No.
That was a big part of what he talked about last night.
Drugs have only gone up, but now they'll be going down by numbers never conceived possible. It's called Most Favored Nation, and no president has ever had the courage or ability to get this done until now. The first of these unprecedented price reductions will be available starting in January through a new website, TrumpRx.gov.
Okay, let's stop there for a second. Again, this is why I thought it was a good thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because by saying that, you got a bunch of people in the country going, okay, what, wait? Huh? Trump RX, we're going to be able to save money on drug prices? Really?
Mm-hmm.
And come January, even the people that didn't vote for him will be checking that out. And they can spin that however they want, but I think that's probably a good thing.
Yeah.
And then he goes to the rest.
And these big price cuts will greatly reduce the cost of health care. I'm also taking on the gigantic health insurance companies that have gotten rich on billions of dollars of money that should go directly to the people. The money should go to the people.
That resonates with people.
Yeah.
It really does.
So they can buy their own health insurance, which will give far better benefits at much lower costs. It will be far better health insurance.
I'll believe it when I see it, actually, because
right.
Republicans have a way of screwing that up all the time because the insurance companies are in their pockets just as much as the Democrats.
Sure.
We've seen that in history.
Mm-hmm.
But costs will go up because there's less drugs because he's blowing up drug boats.
Well, yeah, get that.
Yeah, because they've got blood pressure meds on board.
These are just pharmacists.
That's all.
So there was that in the news. I still got that cough, man. Every time I laugh, it's about ready to cough. Brown University, still a killer on the loose.
Yeah.
And it was another bad day for that administration, for Providence, Rhode Island. Bad all the way around. Remember the one kid that was on, all the networks doing that interview, how he was scared for his life. He thought it was done. He came in with a long gun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now they don't know if that was a long gun or not. From the presser yesterday, dude.
You don't think there's multiple weapons?
No, just that individual.
I just want to jump in here too because you mentioned a long gun. We are not in a position to say, unless the chief, you want to square it, whether this was a long gun or not.
Chief, unless you want to square it,
dude.
What?
Does anybody talk to each other?
No kidding.
I don't know.
Before you go out and meet the media, everybody have their story straight.
Yeah, like what
Jeez.
what was it? Was it a pistol caliber carbine? Was it a pistol? What exactly was it?
I don't know.
And you can't even nail that part down?
No. I don't know what else to say about it, man. That second picture that comes out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is a fair question that was asked of the police chief that doesn't seem to know what is going on with anything.
Are we sure it's a man? I know it was brought up in the question before that it could be a man, but are we 100% sure it's a man, or could it be a woman as well?
It's a person that we would like to at least speak with.
Okay.
Well, that
so
narrows it down.
So we're not sure it's a man.
No. Well, I thought it was.
The clearer shot,
Yeah.
that one, that looked like a woman to me.
I think that's why they're asking the question.
Yeah, I thought it looked like a woman wearing a hijab.
Yeah.
I could be totally wrong about that, but that's when I first saw the clearer photo of the person who was in proximity to the killer. I mean, I thought, okay, is this like a husband and wife duo? What's going on here?
Yeah. Well, and then the chief has also asked, how many students were in the room?
Yeah.
When this happened.
Yeah, good question.
Well, you'd know by now. It's been 5 days, right? Okay. So he's asked the question, and here we go. Roll it.
Can you now say how many kids were in that classroom, and did the gunman come in from the back so these people never knew it was coming, or did he come in front with full view of everybody?
And that's all part of the interviews, and actually we're cooperating with Brown to get the roster. That was a study hall, so we don't have the number. We're still getting information as far as who was there.
Holy smokes. What?
Wow.
I mean, he was asked about the dash cam. Is there any footage? Well, that's the Brown University. I haven't talked to him. What?
Yeah.
And it turns out they don't. They don't have dash cam, even though they have oodles of money.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy that they don't have a dash cam system, because there is that other video from a long angle away that shows the killer walking right past the cops as they were speeding towards the building.
No camera from that cop car.
Wow.
Yep. But when he was asked that question, he didn't know.
This is stunning.
It really is. But at the same time, you learn more about the chief. What was his number one goal with this department? Diversify.
Oh, yeah.
We need a more diverse staff.
Well.
And then the guy that heads up Brown University.
I read this, yeah.
He got, fired in Utah.
Yeah. Why?
But if you say, well, because he didn't have the skills.
Right, didn't have the qualifications.
He didn't have the credentials.
Yeah.
But do not say this is a bunch of DEI hires. Don't do it. Although that's all the evidence. It's not like anyone's doing a great job here. Man, oh, man. And more on that a little bit later. David, you're going to bring some levity. It's the holiday season. There should be a lot of joy going on.
Yeah. Well, there's a band called the Doohickeys. They did a 2025 version of Baby It's Cold Outside, and it's not woke. I think it's really funny.
Okay.
I really can't stay.
Okay.
I got to go away.
That's fine.
This evening has been so very nice.
Okay, great. Good. I thought it was good too.
My mother will start to worry.
You live with your mom?
My father will be pacing the floor.
Wait, how old are you?
So really I'd better scurry.
The app says you're 29.
Well, maybe just a half a drink more.
No, you need to get out of my house. I'm freaking out. What are they gonna think?
Say what's in this drink.
She made the drink, neighbors. She made the drink.
I wish I knew how.
What? Oh my God.
Break this up.
Oh my God, I'm going to jail.
I ought to say no.
No, this can't be happening.
At least I'm gonna say that I tried.
You haven't even moved. You're not even trying to leave.
I really can't stay.
I'm calling your ass an Uber.
Well, baby, it's cold outside.
Alexi will be here in 2 minutes. Please wait outside.
It would have been even better to find out later on.
It's a man, baby.
That's next year's.
Oh, my gosh. Bunch of updates to get to. And the 5 stories we're watching today is coming right up. You've got all that Christmas shopping done, right? Or maybe you're like most of us thinking, I'll just get it done next weekend until there's almost no time left. Well, it's crunch time, and last-minute shopping is no fun at all. But there's an easy gift you can get without battling the crowds. It's a digital frame from Aura Frames.
Yeah, my parents definitely love these. I can share photos of my 2 little kids. It's way better than using a shared photo album on the phone, because with an Aura frame, not only is it a part of the home decor, They don't have to go rummaging around the phone to see where the pictures are.
And for a limited time, you can save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off Aura's best-selling Carver matte frames. Named number 1 by Wirecutter. Just use the promo code MVCR at checkout. That's AURA frames.com, promo code MVCR. The deal is exclusive to listeners, and frames will sell out fast, so order yours now and get it in time for the holidays. Support us by mentioning Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins at checkout. Terms and conditions apply.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy. In 2011, I founded Wesley Financial Group with one goal in mind, to help honest folks out of their timeshares permanently. Today, I run Wesley with my 2 sons, a real family business, treating every client and every employee like we'd want our own family treated. That philosophy has helped us grow into the largest, most trusted timeshare cancellation company in the United States. Fortune magazine even recognized us as one of the best places to work. Why? Because we genuinely care. In fact, some of our former clients were so moved by their experience working with us, they joined our team so they could help others to timeshare freedom. If you're stuck in a timeshare, give us a call. Let our family help your family.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit kit. 800-885-7700. 800-885-7700. That's 800-885-7700.
The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins. Takes 3 of us, yep. Thank you for being here. You know what it's time for. 5 stories we're watching today.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, number 5, solid news on inflation. The Consumer Price Index rose 2.7% over the prior year in November. That's less than the 3.1% increase that had been expected by economists. So, once again, economists, the experts, wrong. Number 4, FBI Deputy Director Dan Bongino confirmed that he will be leaving his job next month. Number 3, in
Australia. You know why some people think that is?
Why?
They're all already saying this. You know, it's due tomorrow. Epstein files.
Ooh.
That he may be upset about that. I don't know that. That's what a bunch of people online were like. This is why.
I haven't heard that one.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see.
Number 3, in Australia, an unmarked police car rammed a vehicle carrying a group of men believed to be traveling towards the site of the terrorist attack that we saw a few days ago. Well, they got 7 people, suspected terrorists arrested.
Really?
Yeah.
Any name Muhammad?
Not sure yet. Not sure.
Curious.
Yeah. Number 2, the House of Representatives passed a bill to criminalize parents and providers for providing sex changes to children. Democrats are furious about this because they're weird. And number 1, President Trump, in fact, did not declare war on Venezuela during his primetime speech last night. Those are the top 5 stories that we're watching today. Save big on gourmet gifts and more holiday favorites with Omaha Steaks. Visit omahasteaks.com. And for an extra $35 off, use code Markley at checkout. Terms apply. See site for details. That's omahasteaks.com. Promo code Markley.
Regifting, since you're talking about gifts.
Yeah.
Did you see this story? It's now 61% of people think holiday regifts are acceptable.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know it's regifted, right?
Yeah, as long as you don't re-gift it to the person who gifted it to you.
Give it to you, right.
Yeah. I've heard those stories before that has happened to different people. People are saying, in different stories, the AP had a story that Seinfeld coined the term in 1995. What?
Coined regifting?
Regifting's been around for as long as I can remember.
No, Festivus I'll give them, but...
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but regifting?
No,
I don't quite think so. What is okay to regift?
I think pretty much anything, unless it's got your name on it.
Right. I was going to say about anything.
So let's say it's a shirt that you didn't like.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, if I haven't worn it 3 or 4 times or whatever, yeah.
I'm trying to think of what kind of shirt that you would not like, Scott, and it would have to be absolutely hideous.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Then who would want it?
Pretty much anywhere, any shirts I got.
Right. Every once in a while, you'll have some sort of shirt on. I mean, some of your shirts are really cool, and some are, borderline ridiculous. I'm like, and he's like, well, I got it as a gift. Like, now you have to wear it. Like you're forced to.
I'm trying to think of what was borderline ridiculous, but that's okay.
I got a list if you want. We can get to it coming up.
I really don't want to.
This is the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
Hurt somebody's feelings who
Only
gave it to me, maybe.
Joking.
Yeah. No, I you know what people want from me? They want old band shirts. It's like, hey, if you ever get rid of your band shirts, let me know.
Dude, there's some of them worth money. I know that because I sold mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. When we were moving houses, it was everything must go. It was the old concert shirts. It was old platinum records. Everything must go. Yeah. But you held on to everything.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised at some of the shirts, like especially overseas, will go for like $150.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. You got any old Kiss T-shirts, like legit concert shirts?
I do.
Oh, dude. Yeah. You should check into that. Okay. There's much to get to. We'll get to that story from Australia, which is pretty wild, and around a What's Your Story coming right up. All right. The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley. By the way, I'm the Gen Xer. The millennial, that's David Van Camp. And the sexy boomer, Scott Robbins. Mm-hmm. Okay, Australia. What, they want it round 2 there?
Well, yeah, apparently there were 7 men in a vehicle heading towards the location of the terrorist attack from a few days ago. The cops actually rammed them to get them to stop.
Oh.
So they never made it there, but they've all been arrested. So 7 individuals, I'm told, were arrested. And, you know, as Australian officials, of course, are dealing with this, a lot of people in the Jewish community there are saying, hey, we've been warning you about this, and you've been telling us to shut up. You've been saying, hey, don't be Islamophobic. It's like, it's not Islamophobic. We just don't like being threatened.
Yeah, we like breathing.
Yeah, that's a good thing. We like not getting shot at the beach.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually a good thing, to not get shot at the beach, or anywhere for that matter. So Australia is going to be beefing up gun control laws and also hate speech laws. But they're very worried about offending Muslim clerics who are calling for the old jihad there, because that's been one of those underreported stories, especially from, I guess it's the west side of Sydney, where there are some seriously radical faith leaders there who have been calling for, you know, death to Zion, you know, or the Zionists and all that kind of stuff. So,
not surprised.
Get a load of this, though. Deputy Prime Minister Richard Marles was asked about this on Sky News. You'll hear part of the question and then him.
Okay.
Do you feel like there needs to be, and should there be, a greater emphasis on hate speech from Muslim clerics in the western part of Sydney?
That's a good question.
I think, as I said earlier, what we've done is criminalise more forms of hate speech. And, you know, we criminalise the Nazi salute. Obviously, that's in its own context. But we need to be looking at all.
Man, this dude is about as nervous as you can get.
Well, man. Well, he likes his blood on the inside, too.
Oh,
he's terrified.
Wow. But we need to be looking at all of this. And it is really...
Why do you need to look at all of it? Just curious. Yeah. Who's doing the shooting? Who's doing the killing?
That wasn't the question anyway.
I know. Okay. Anyway, go ahead.
And it is really important that we have...
So should there be a greater emphasis on this hate speech from Muslim clerics then?
Well,
good for him for asking it again.
Yeah.
I don't want to... we will go through all of this. I emphasise that we have done more.
Oh my gosh, is this a hostage video?
It really sounds like that, right?
Wow.
Like, just can't get the words. But I'll tell you.
Okay. All right, we'll get to the rest of the answer. That's just something, man. The way he tries to answer this. I don't think Dick's ever been this nervous before.
We will go through all of this. I emphasise that we have done more in terms of criminalising hate speech than we have seen
said that.
From any other government. But we need to look at all of this, and we need to make sure that we've got the right laws in place, and that we are doing everything we can to keep safe the vibrant multicultural society that we have.
Oh my gosh! Do you know where it ends, dude?
McGurkin there too.
Do you know where that ends?
Smokes.
You freaking coward!
Golly, just bring me my bloomin' onion.
Yeah. I mean, the best way, if you're worried about, I don't know, innocent people who happen to be Muslim being targeted by extremists or something like that, the best thing you can do is draw a bright red circle around the actual extremists and say, these are the people that we're going to be monitoring.
Jeez.
100%.
Holy smokes.
Yes.
That's brutal, man.
We got to look at all of it.
Oh, hate speech.
Yes.
Gosh, dang.
Okay.
What's going on?
Let's go to another coward. Let's go to the mayor of Providence, Rhode Island. Even Jake Tapper seemed to have had it with that dude. Like, are you kidding me? This sounds like what we were talking about the other day when I'm like, okay, this just happened. A major university, this, distinguished private institution that's held in such high regard, somebody can just walk in and this can happen? That was sort of, the haircut stake here.
How on earth does it happen that somebody can walk into a prestigious university like Brown or any school that has thousands of students and faculty and support staff, shoot at least 11 people, and then apparently walk out and disappear?
I don't think it matters that it's a prestigious university. We've all seen horrific acts of gun violence in public schools.
By the way, and that's it. That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
Gun violence is the new talking point from these people.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, it has been for days. But they'll go back to gun violence.
Mm-hmm.
Yet, again with this case, we don't have to spend a ton of time on it because we've talked about it before. We still don't know what the shooter said before he started shooting people.
No clue.
He yelled something, but we don't know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
There's not one witness there that said, well, I can tell you what he said.
No.
Nothing.
Oh, he said my shoelace Clark bar.
Got it.
Yeah.
That's code for something, David.
It does seem to be so, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. The whole thing. And, even the local media think there's a cover-up going on from the university. That question was asked point blank yesterday. And they're like, we're sharing every piece of information that we have. But, people are just not buying it. We've seen some terrible investigations, the way they were handled before. But, man, this is near the top, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep.
All right. It's that time. We do it a couple of times a day. We go around the table. It may not be the biggest story out there, but it caught your attention to bring it here. David, today, what's your story?
All right, dude, this is going to blow your mind. All right, this is a wild story. A woman named Deborah Newton is said to have abducted her 3-year-old daughter in 1983. She was on the FBI's most wanted list for several years. Deborah lives in the Villages, Florida, but she goes by the name Sharon. The daughter is Michelle, which isn't really her name either. She's in her 40s now and just met her dad for the first time since she was a baby because now the cops got a tip from someone in Florida that, like, hey, I think this is the lady who kidnapped her daughter in 1983.
Wow.
And then, if you can believe it, the cherry on top of this crazy story is the body cam footage from her arrest. Deborah's out in her front lawn with a friend, just hanging out. She's got her dog with her. The cops roll up, and you'll hear the friend making jokes about the cops until she realizes this isn't a joke.
Okay, roll it.
Hey!
How you doing, Miss Sharon?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good.
Uh-oh, they're coming for you, Sharon! They don't want me. They want Reggie. What's up?
Well, we're here for you, ma'am. Definitely here for you.
Whoa, why?
We're waiting on the detective to get here, but we have, with all the information that we do have, you have a warrant for your arrest.
They're teasing. They have to be.
Ma'am, we're not.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're okay.
I'm so sorry.
Go ahead and go home. Thank you.
Yeah, that woman knew it was business right when they said it's not a joke. Because it was her friend and she backs up.
Now already she's bailing on the friend. I got to go.
Yeah, the friend is like, oh, they're just teasing you. Right. And then another cop steps in and says, no, we're not. No, you can just back up. And she goes, oh. And then she just walks way back.
Yeah, walks away. Come out of here. Bye.
I'm pretty sure she is now the queen of the Village's Facebook page, by the way, because
no kidding.
You talk about a story. I was just out there with Sharon. Turns out her name is Deborah, and she's been on the run for decades now.
Wow.
Since Sharp Dressed Man was a single. Holy mackerel.
Think about that, though.
Weird how you would say that.
Well, I think 1983. It was a great year for music. But
your whole life revolves around what song was there, though, which I like. It's a unique talent.
Yeah. You say, what is it? I'm mentally ill?
Well, you are. I mean, but it's okay.
Well, it's Rain Man.
Yeah, it is a Rain
Okay.
Man. He knows dates and.
Yeah. But what did the daughter say?
Well,
The daughter, like, what?
Yeah, there was a local news story where she was reunited with her dad. She's never really met her dad because she was 3 when she was taken.
Wow.
And, he was saying, well, this is, just a godsend. I'm glad that I'm able to finally see my daughter again. And, I mean, imagine that, being in your 40s and realizing that your entire life has been a lie.
No kidding.
You're under a
You're
stolen
somebody else.
identity.
Wow.
Well, and the long talks you're going to have with Mom while
No
she's in
kidding.
jail.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta explain this. Why? What happened? And I guess she moved on with her life and was able to be somewhat successful, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, neighbors are saying that she was happily married to another man. The mom was.
Holy smokes!
But, yeah, something went bad in the divorce or in the marriage way back in the 80s, and so she had no custody rights, but wound up stealing the baby and going on the run.
Well, that must be something bizarre then, because if a mother gets no custody rights,
Yeah.
must have been something
that was
really bad.
Yeah, that was in Kentucky, where they
Yeah.
initially lived in the early 80s. So it must have been, like you said, pretty bad.
Pretty bad, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Every breath you take from the Police, #1 song that summer. Yeah.
Okay, Rain Man.
I can keep going if you want, but we got to move on. We got to get to your
Police.
story, Scott.
Definitely the Police. Every breath you take. Every breath you take. Definitely.
It was number
Call
one
me
for
Charlie Babbitt. I'm going to walk out.
I think it was at least #1 for 7 weeks, maybe more.
Okay.
Look that up, David,
All right,
please.
Casey. Ask Casey when he gets here. He'll let you know. I mean, he'll know.
You were the top 40 guy.
He's got all of it. Well, I was playing it by then, yeah.
Yeah. Your story.
Oh, my story. Okay, yeah. Let me get on with this.
Who's mentally ill?
It's catching, I think, in the studio. Many people were celebrating the 252nd anniversary of the Boston Tea Party. A bunch of liberal demonstrators did what they do, and they were celebrating as well. But rather than dump tea into the harbor, these protesters in Boston, 1,000 of them, decided to toss ice into the harbor, symbolizing their opposition to the immigration and custom enforcements, right? So that's what they did. They said, this is not a left or right thing. This is not a progressive or conservative thing. It's being American, they said. Now, this next part I'm going to read is where the wheels come off, in my opinion.
Okay.
Group members said they used environmentally safe ice that was approved.
Yes.
This is in the story.
Yes.
Group members said they used environmentally safe ice that was approved by the Massachusetts Department of Environmental Protection. It wasn't just dirty ice cubes they were throwing in there. It was environmentally safe ones.
What does
I don't
that
even know what that
mean?
means. I don't know.
Oh, my gosh.
Every Breath You Take, #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 for 8 weeks. That was the band's only #1 hit on that
okay.
chart.
Thank you.
All right, I got goosebumps now. That's spooky. Okay.
All right.
Jeez.
She was listening to that when she kidnapped her daughter.
I'll be watching you.
Yeah, exactly. It's creepy.
Golly.
Okay, for my story, this is for any pet lover, really. But we got, a few on the show.
Yes, we do.
There's going to be a Pet Lovers' Choice Awards next year.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, in Los Angeles, February 24th. And your pet could be nominated.
All right.
Yeah, there's all sorts of categories. Cutest dog, cutest cat, senior sweetheart, athletic champion, most fashionable, best personality, best rescue pet, any of that. Proceeds from the paid votes benefit Best Friends Animal Society. So you go to the site, and that's how you figure out how to sign up.
Awesome.
Yeah. Are you going to do that for your cat?
Well, I got cats, plural.
Yeah, but you favor one.
Well, I don't really favor one, but one has been with me a little bit longer. But yeah, he's very friendly. He's probably the friendliest cat I've ever had.
David, if I could ask you a quick question.
Yeah.
Is that the biggest line of BS you've ever heard in your life, that he doesn't favor the one cat?
It is, yeah.
Thank you. You do.
They might
Just
be
admit it.
listening. I don't want to hurt feelings.
That's true.
In the cat world.
Now you just sound pathetic.
Right. The one pet that I would have entered, Dexter, is dead.
Scott. He's dead. I wasn't going to bring it up, but I guess just by bringing up cats,
Yeah.
it's probably
Thanks.
painful.
Thanks for that.
Sorry about
reopening that fresh wound.
Well, my dog's dead.
That's true.
All right.
The
Anyway,
cats are
moving
still
on, and
alive.
more fun to come with a news update and Nimrod's in the news in just a few.
Today, I'm here with Amy Rencher, Senior Vice President of Small Business and Talent at the Michigan Economic Development Corporation.
The Michigan Economic Development Corporation, or the MEDC, as we like to call it, plays a critical role in really a networked statewide approach to supporting tech-based entrepreneurs and more traditional small businesses across the state of Michigan. This really is a networked approach. We see ourselves as a convener, connector among partners to export resources, helping lift up best practice across the field, align with national standards, industry standards for best-in-class service to entrepreneurs for benchmarking purposes, for access to capital, for other growth-related milestones, hiring for the first time, hiring many people for the first time. All these things help make for a rich entrepreneurial ecosystem for which we're a key player in.
To hear more of this interview with Amy Rencher from MEDC, go to thismorningwithgordondeal.com and click on the MEDC microphone.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-859-3220. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-859-3220. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-859-3220. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-859-3220 or biglou.com.
The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins.
Yeah, whether you're starting a new routine or making player picks for the first time, it's a new year. And trying something new can be kind of hard. But in life and on Prize Picks, it always feels good to be right. So, with all the high-pressure playoff matchups coming up every weekend, elite hoops action taking place almost every night now, the action never stops. So, start the new year right with Prize Picks by getting $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. On Prize Picks, you simply just pick 6 players. You pick more or less on their stat projections, and you submit your lineup. Prize Picks also has early payouts, so if your lineups get off to a hot start, you can now have the option of cashing out before the game's even over. You can also copy lineups with one click with the new social feed feature. So don't miss any of the action this season with Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. Download the Prize Picks app today, code MVCR. $50 instantly in lineups when you play $5. That's code MVCR on Prize Picks for $50 instantly when you play $5. So win or lose, you're going to get the $50 in lineups just for playing. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks, it is good to be right. Must be present in certain states. Visit PrizePicks.com for restrictions and details.
News update, David Van Camp.
You know, across the pond in the UK, they've got a problem with some raping and stabbing that's been going on.
Oh, my gosh, it's awful.
Yeah.
When you see the actual numbers of that,
it's
and
staggering.
how the politicians turn a blind eye, they ignore it.
Yeah.
Cops look the other way. I mean, it's crazy.
Racist. No. Well, they've figured out how to stop this in its tracks. Teachers will be given training to spot and tackle misogyny in the classroom.
What?
What? The teachers will get specialist training around issues such as consent, the dangers of sharing intimate images, how to identify positive role models, and to challenge unhealthy myths about women and relationships. That'll do it.
For the young ones in the UK.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, because they're the problem. Unbelievable. Okay, we got to get to Nimrod's, dude.
When the going gets tough.
Damn it, this is too hard.
The dumb get dumber.
All right, Ian.
It's Nimrod's in the News on the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
I love the poorly educated.
All right. Nimrod's the news. We go to Canada, Toronto. I'll tell you right now the good news, no injuries reported. But, well, the vehicle, not in good shape. This dude was following his GPS, and it said make a turn here, and he did, and that was near Lakeshore Boulevard and Coxwell Avenue. Happened to be 1 a.m. Well, that's a boat ramp, you see. But he's like, well, it's the GPS. I'm just going to keep following it. It'll never do me wrong. Bang it right into the water. He had to be drunk, right?
Yeah.
And that's Nimrod's in the news.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why Big Wireless wants you on an unlimited plan? They probably want you to cover the cost of those 20-somethings using all that data every month. But most people 50 and up like me only use 12 gigs or less. Don't get bamboozled by Big Wireless. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Our plans start at just $20, and we use the same towers as the big guys. Join the millions who choose something better, because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto-pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Are you ready?
Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, and Scott Robbins.
We just become best friends. Yep.
Making sense of it all.
Now I get it.
And having some fun.
Lighten up, Francis.
This is the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
All right. The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins. Okay, so Trump had his speech last night. People were wondering, what was it going to be about? Was this going to be about Venezuela? It wasn't. It's kind of like year in review. Here's all we've done, and here's what we plan on doing.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, as far as the border goes...
Remember when Joe Biden said that he needed Congress to pass legislation to help close the border? He was always blaming Congress and everyone else. As it turned out, we didn't need legislation. We just needed a new president.
Yeah, still a good line for him.
Yeah.
So, of course, there are people critical of the speech today and whatever. Life goes on. But I understand why he did it.
Mm-hmm.
To go out there and say the things that a lot of people never hear.
Mm-hmm.
Prescription drug price is going to come down, all these different things. So we'll see where it all goes. The one thing that was funny to me with all the coverage from Good Morning America and John Carl. Well, we've never seen a president do this before.
What?
Oh, yeah. You want me to play the clip?
Sure.
Okay. It was divisive. Usually, if you're going to have this kind of speech, it's for something major, George. It's just,
Look, George, when the President of the United States asks for prime-time network airtime to address the nation, it is usually either to make a statement about a national crisis, to announce a major new initiative, or to speak on an issue of war and peace. This was none of that. In fact, I cannot recall a prime-time presidential address that was as defensive and hyper-partisan as this one.
I mean, you can't?
Really?
You can't.
That's right.
What? Who was the president who showed up in Philadelphia with the blood red backdrop and Marines behind him?
No one
to talk about
the history books will note it.
The threat of Trump supporters.
Right.
Yes, MAGA Republicans.
MAGA Republicans.
Threat to our democracy.
Or a threat to our democracy.
Yeah.
Never seen it before. No. Never seen it before. Give me a freaking break.
I know. I'll spare you the rest, but at the end, I think he's talking about the economy and people hate the economy. But he brings this sobering fact at the very end to little George.
If there was one sliver of good news, if you want to call it that, in this poll for the White House, it was that by a narrow margin, people actually distrust Democrats even more than Republicans to deal with the economy.
John Carl, thanks very much.
It's like, John Carl, why'd you have to say that?
He does it so defeated sounding. John Carl, thank you very much. I was so hoping that we wouldn't have any good news for Republicans.
I had sparkle in my eye, and then you did that, John Carl.
Oh, God. John Carl.
Oh, if you want some more goodness from Good Morning America, because I was curious, how are they going to cover this Brown University killer on the loose? Mm-hmm. Because even CNN's like, what is going on?
Well, yeah.
This is amateur hour. This is terrible. It's really not critical, at least as far as I could tell. I'll play you a couple of clips, and you can tell me if you disagree. Normal type questions. Where's the clip? I have it. Yeah, it's right here. Roll it.
Providence police asking for help identifying this person seen, quote, in proximity to the person of interest in the case, seen here in newly released photos taken from surveillance video from the day of the shooting.
We truly believe, based on the video footage that we have been watching for a few days, that may have relevant information to the investigation.
These new images released in addition to the footage showing the person of interest allegedly canvassing the area before the attack.
Okay, so somewhat factual stuff, right? Mm-hmm. That's the way you would take it. Anything stand out to you there? Okay, I will tell you this. As I was watching it, it didn't stand out that much, but I had to cut up the audio for the show, right? And then I listened to it again. Listen to what the police chief says. Because this guy's been under fire. Because it doesn't seem like he knows anything. Because when I really listened to what he had to say, go for it.
From the day of the shooting.
We truly believe, based on the video footage that we have been watching for a few days, that may have relevant information to the investigation.
We believe from the video of this person that we've watched for the last 2 days.
May have.
Relevant information to the investigation.
Well, yeah, that's who it is. That's who you're looking for.
May have.
What else do you have? You've put it out there. Help with this. We think you could. What an idiotic statement that is.
It has, and I know he's not working for Brown University, but whenever I hear the folks from Brown speaking, it's like, dude, every single time they open their mouths, it's like, I thought you were running a highly prestigious place of learning, and you sound like a gigantic dumbass.
Have you ever noticed when you get any of these people, now I shouldn't say any because that's too broad a brush, but a lot of people that work at these types of universities, professor, whatever, get them off their whatever subject of expertise. Yeah. They're dolts.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as common sense, you would expect like they would be bright in all these different areas. It doesn't happen.
Well, they don't know how to talk like real people.
No.
That's part of it.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing is, I mean, they had publicly posted where all of the security cameras were on campus.
Yes.
And so, like,
that's incredible.
Yeah, that had come out a few days ago.
Yeah, here's
just incredible.
Here's the place where you want to go if you want to kill people. Is basically it. And they do that because they were bowing to some left-wing activists who said, hey, we need transparency in where these cameras are. Okay. Dumbass.
Oh, you let the inmates run the asylum.
I mean, the reason you have them is to stop crime. So you never know when the camera's going to be on you.
Yeah.
So you might want to think about that before you do it.
Here's the second part. Yeah. Hold on a second of this. I want you to hear this.
University officials asked why a wealthy school like Brown doesn't have more camera coverage.
Yeah.
There are cameras in this building. We have turned over all evidence that we are holding at Brown to law enforcement and are cooperating fully with them.
The community here on edge as Christmas approaches.
All right, time out right there. Your ABC News, you could point out the fact they didn't have cameras over here where the guy went.
Right. Doesn't matter. Yeah.
And I'm like, are you protecting them too?
Yeah.
I mean, that's not just taking shots at people. It's like, well, here's the problem. There were no cameras in the back of the building.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then this part.
What is your message to people coming into this area, seeing family who are concerned that this guy is still out there?
We are doing everything possible to provide extra law enforcement, extra visibility, things to reassure confidence at a scary time.
Now, the school says that it is...
What? You got a killer on the loose.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we're getting more presence to make people feel safe. Boo! And that's pretty much that's the end of the report, basically.
I mean, yeah, it's embarrassing.
It's a DEI nightmare. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. From the president on down. Is there one person there that could say, okay, all these other people don't seem to be doing a very good job, but this person seems to be doing okay?
Yeah.
Not that I've seen.
There's not
By
been
the
one
way,
guy.
It opens up something for local on-your-side news teams everywhere. And that is, go out to your local universities and find out what their protocol is for something like this. Find out if they have cameras set up. Find out who's running the police departments on the university campuses. Find out. You don't even think about this stuff.
Well, you'd have to have a good reporter that knows the follow-up question.
Well, yeah, you would, but I mean,
and not just take the school statement and yes, and there you go. We're on your side.
As a parent sending your kids to school, I want to know. I mean, you don't even think about stuff like this.
Right.
You don't even think about where the video cameras are or the cameras are on the campuses of schools.
You would think there would be one everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Actually, I think the On Your Side crew should go to a crisis comms team and just get an honest assessment of how they've done it.
Not a bad idea either.
I like that.
Or even talk to your local university, wherever it may be, and just say, hey, who's in charge of communications here? Hey, can you tell me if you think they're doing a good job?
Yeah.
And if they say yes, if you have a kid at that institution, you take them out immediately.
Later.
Yeah, rather than the cleanliness of Long John Silver restrooms, why don't you do something that really matters?
Okay, we got to get to some other news out there. The feds have busted Haitians for running a food stamp scheme.
This is crazy. This is in Boston. 2 Haitian guys. One of them, I believe, is a naturalized citizen, and the other is a legal permanent resident.
Okay.
They set up 2 tiny stores in the same basic space, same storefront. The Jesula Variety Store. This is a 150 square foot space.
Okay.
Then there's the Sal Maché Mixe store, which is about 500 square feet. And basically, people would come in and exchange food stamps for cash and booze. And then they would redeem what they collected and get money from the government.
Wow.
So they raked in a total of $7 million.
Gee.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow.
This was not even a sophisticated setup that they had. I mean, it was basically they had some like peanuts and rice and stuff in the so-called grocery stores. Now, the federal prosecutor, I thought, put it in very interesting context.
Okay. Roll it. Here we go.
It would be a huge stretch to even call them convenience stores. In fact, the only thing convenient about these stores was how easy it was to commit SNAP benefit fraud.
Golly.
To put this in perspective, one legitimate supermarket in the same area as these stores redeems approximately $80,000 in SNAP benefits per month. Over the last 20 months, the Jesuela Variety Store was redeeming between 3 and 6 times that amount monthly, with nowhere near the space, inventory, customers, or infrastructure to support it.
Yeah.
Jeez.
The glorified closet store was somehow selling more merchandise, according to the books, than the local actual grocery store. And it just went on to the tune of $7 million. It's
because no one's watching it. Our government, dude, it's no wonder. I mean, you think about Somalia, Haiti. They know how scams run.
Yeah.
They're like, watch how easy this will be in America.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. I'm sure Barbecue, the leader of the gang in Haiti, he's like, damn, I want in some of that action.
No kidding. It's just, you think Medicare fraud or food stamps fraud or Medicaid fraud, whatever it may be, you think you actually have to really have a sophisticated setup.
Yes.
And you don't at all.
Nope.
And it's a shame. And then, Massachusetts, one of the states that doesn't want to hand over food stamps data to the federal government. It's like, well, no, this is exactly why the Trump administration, they're saying, okay, enough of the malarkey, all right?
Yes. What is going on? We got so much work to do, dude. We're not a year in yet of this second administration.
Yeah.
Man, it's one thing after another. And Kamala Harris is back. I know you have a clip, David. And she is saying why they didn't release the Epstein files?
Yeah.
Really?
What?
Oh, we got to hear that. That should be good. A couple of updates and the 5 stories we're watching today. Straight ahead. It's crunch time for holiday shopping. Did you get it all done? Or are you still putting it off, waiting for inspiration or panic? Omaha Steaks has got you covered. I've given packages out to my family for years, and it always impresses. After all, who doesn't love a cooler of world-class meat? Right now is the perfect time to save on delicious gifts and holiday hosting favorites.
That's because Omaha Steaks is offering an extra $35 off when you use the code MARKLEY, MARKLEY, at omahasteaks.com. Every steak is perfectly aged to maximize tenderness and hand-cut by master butchers in America's heartland. And, of course, those are great, the steaks. I love them. But they got a whole lot of other things like comfort food meals like chicken and dumplings.
And you can save big now on gourmet gifts and more holiday favorites with Omaha Steaks. Visit omahasteaks.com. And for an extra $35 off, use code MARKLEY, MARKLEY, at checkout. Terms apply. See site for details. omahasteaks.com, promo code MARKLEY.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Too much on your plate? Get 50% off your first 6 months of payroll at gusto.com/radio. Gusto saves you 2 days every month on payroll, taxes, and compliance. So you can go from payroll to pumpkin pie, filing taxes to raising glasses, counting hours to counting blessings. There's no need to transfer payroll history when you switch before the end of the year, and you'll be thankful you did. Choose a future with Gusto and get more time for what matters. For a limited time, get 50% off your first 6 months at gusto.com/radio.
The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Pink Eye Robbins.
Yeah.
You know what it's time for. The 5 stories we're watching today.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I don't think you just say that and just say nothing else.
What?
Just call me old Pink Eye.
Now
Pink Eye. Well, you have pink eye.
I do have a pink eye, yes.
Yeah, it looks painful.
It is a little painful, it is, yes.
Well, that's story number 5.
Yeah. The good news is that right now, I mean, he's tearing it up. Pink Eye Robbins is $3.98 at the plate. I mean, it's just incredible.
He is. Yeah.
That's what they call me, old Pink Eyes.
Old Pink Eye. Number 5, solid news on inflation. The Consumer Price Index rose 2.7% over the prior year in November, less than the 3.1% increase that had been expected by the experts. Number 4, FBI Deputy Director Dan Bongino confirmed he will be leaving his job next month. Number 3, in Australia, an unmarked police car rammed a vehicle carrying a group of men believed to be traveling towards the site of the terror attack that we saw a few days ago. And they believe they were planning a violent act. 7 suspected terrorists were arrested. Number 2, the House of Representatives passed a bill to criminalize parents and providers for providing sex changes to children. It should be illegal. Anyone with common sense knows that.
Correct.
But Democrats, they're furious about it because, well, they like the money. I mean, they want gender-affirming care for all.
Well, we got a clip you have. It's unreal.
Yeah.
And then number 1, President Trump did not, in fact, declare war on Venezuela during his primetime speech last night. Those are the top 5 stories that we're watching today. For a limited time, save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com. Get $35 off Aura's best-selling Carver Matte digital frame, named number 1 by Wirecutter. Use promo code MVCR at checkout to get that $35 off. That's auraframes.com, promo code MVCR.
So, David, you mentioned you had a clip of Kamala saying why her administration with Biden didn't release the Epstein file.
Yeah, she was on Jimmy Kimmel's show last night, and he asked her about that.
Oh, gosh.
Why didn't the Biden administration release those files? Was that something that they felt would look bad while they're running against this guy, or why didn't they come out with the administration?
To give you an answer that will not satisfy your curiosity, I will tell you, we, perhaps to our damage, but we strongly and rightly believed that there should be an absolute separation between what we wanted as an administration and what the Department of Justice did.
Oh, you mean like Mar-a-Lago?
Yeah, right.
People say, hey, don't do that. I don't care. We're going. Okay, yeah. Believable.
We absolutely adhered to that, and it was right to do that. The Justice Department would make its decisions independent of any political or personal vendetta or concern that we may have. And that's the way it worked.
I like the way you set it up, too. Are you afraid? Are you afraid it would be a bad look for you to drop this in a campaign season? You know, the same campaign season where your administration was actively trying to throw Donald Trump in prison?
Right.
No, they didn't drop anything because there's nothing about Trump. There's nothing incriminating about Trump in these files.
I think most people know that, except for the people that only get their news from left media.
Incredible.
And legacy media.
Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah. Well, you were listening to some of that when we were getting ready for the show today.
Yes.
It's just nauseating.
He's insufferable.
Very much so. And I know she's been asked about running. She's really not thinking about that right now. Oh, please.
I love you back.
You know she is.
Well,
I don't know why it is. That clip makes Van Camp laugh every single time.
It does, because it's funny.
This is the Markley, Van Camp, Robin Show. Yes.
Kimmel asked her if her and the husband boozed hard after they lost the election.
And what'd she say? It was it was an adjustment period.
It was an adjustment period, and we took it pretty hard. In other words, of course we got hammered. Yeah, but why should that day be any different than any other day?
Right.
Exactly.
She's boozing hard all the time.
I call myself a joyful warrior.
Good. That's one of the drunker ones there.
I love you back, besos. Ay, mi amor.
By the way, is your eye itching from that pink eye, Scott?
A little bit, but not too bad.
Okay. Well, you were having a heck of a time trying to get the drop in yesterday.
Oh, it's a pain in
He
the
was
butt.
swearing his tail off.
It's hard to get that, and I have a tendency to blink all the time, too.
Well, you got to lean your head back. You were going at an angle. I didn't think you were going to get her there. All right, news update and around to What's Your Story coming right up. The Markley, Van Camp, and Robin Show. I'm Jamie Markley, the Gen Xer. David Van Camp, the Millennial. Old pink eye Scott Robbins.
Thank you.
Pink
He's
eye
the
Robbins.
sexy boomer. Yeah. It does look like it hurt. That pink eye.
Yeah, well,
looks
not
itchy.
great, but,
You'll be all right. You're a gritty competitor. You're gonna
I've
hang in
had
there.
worse, put it that way.
Yes. Mm-hmm. You know, Trump now has this presidential walk of fame.
Yeah.
And what is hilarious to me is what happened. You talked about it a little bit yesterday, David.
Yeah.
He's writing some stuff to go under the portraits.
Yeah, and he's posted it. Yeah, about Sleepy Joe, Crooked Joe.
Yes.
Then Ronald Reagan was a fan of Donald Trump. And likewise, Donald Trump was a fan of his.
Unbelievable. So, on Good Morning America, after the reports of the speech from last night are done, little George can't help himself with Rachel Scott, and they talk about it. And this is what makes it funny when you hear someone else read it like someone trying to be a serious news person.
Mm-hmm.
See if you
and
find
Rachel,
it funny.
in keeping with the partisan tone of the speech last night, the White House also revealed yesterday pretty big changes to these portraits of the president in the White House colonnade.
Yes, George. Well, first it was paving over the Rose Garden. Then it was demolishing parts of the East Wing to make room for the White House ballroom. Now the president is making additional changes to the colonnade, adding what he calls a presidential walk of fame that includes portraits of every single president and plaques with descriptions underneath. He is using it as an opportunity to take a swipe at his predecessors, calling former President Joe Biden crooked and sleepy, calling former President Barack Obama one of the most divisive figures in political history. George, we saw this firsthand yesterday. Many of these read like the president's own social media posts, and that is because the White House press secretary says the president wrote many of these himself.
Of course he did. Of course he did. But he did.
Yeah.
See, that's the part of Trump I can't help it. I just laugh.
You notice, though, she did say it has a portrait of all the presidents, and she didn't point out that the auto pen was Joe Biden's portrait, so she knows that part's true at least.
Exactly. They don't want to call attention to it.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious to me. So that was part of the news block this morning.
Under Bill Clinton, he also mentions that he beat Hillary in the election.
Golly.
That's funny. David, this is a really telling piece of audio.
Oh, dude.
I'll just let you set it up.
Yeah, so the House of Representatives, they've passed a bill that would make it illegal and actually criminalize anybody who provides sex changes to children. Democrats are furious about it, and this is Democrat Representative Becca Balint.
Listen to this.
Even for Republicans, this is extreme. Are we really attempting to lock up parents and doctors? Your kids' medical care is none of their damn business. We should call this obsession with your kids and what treatment they're getting in the pediatrician's office what it is. It's creepy. It's a creepy obsession, and we've had to deal with it for years.
Time out. Creepy obsession.
No, it's...
You're mutilating kids' genitals.
Yeah, that's pretty creepy.
That's sadistic. Knowing that these kids are in no position to make those decisions for themselves.
You know, for people who throw around the Nazi tag all the time, this is as close to Nazi.
That's an interesting point.
You know, when they were doing
You're just talking about vile, evil stuff?
Experimental things on people. I mean, good Lord, man.
There's some of the same people. Well, no, they shouldn't get a tattoo.
Right.
Right.
But they can chop it off.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
The science is clear.
No, it's not.
Evidence-based, medically necessary care
No.
for transgender youth
Medically
is safe,
necessary.
it's effective,
Necessary.
it's supported by every
that's a load of
major
crap.
medical association in the United States, including the American Medical Association and the
not
American
everyone.
Academy of Pediatrics.
Yeah, which is out of step with the rest of the world.
Yeah. It is strange. And to pit those of us who are opposed to sex changes for children, to paint us out as extremists is wild to me because, I mean, I guarantee you go to pretty much any city in America and you just ask 100 people, what's more extreme? Saying that a 13-year-old who's healthy can get an elective double mastectomy?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it more extreme to say that should be against the law?
You know what most people would say.
The answers would be, people want to do what now?
Right.
I mean,
Chop their breasts off?
You've got to be 21 to buy nicotine pouches.
No kidding.
I mean,
it's insane.
I feel like sanity is starting to eat away at the insanity, though.
Yes. Well,
I mean, I start.
and
to
when
feel
she's
that
talking
way.
about it, creepy. You talk about projection.
Yeah.
Which they all have PhDs in.
Oh, boy.
Unbelievable. All right, it's that time. We do it a couple of times a day. We go around the table. It may not be the biggest story out there, but it caught your attention. David, what's your story here?
Well, you mentioned old Pink
Oh,
Eye
hold on a
Robbins.
second. You wanted to go last.
Oh, yeah. Mine is a very light note. So
Okay. We can always switch up the lineup. What do you got, Scott, for your story?
Well, mine involves Minnesota's Keith Ellison. He announced a settlement with car makers Kia and Hyundai, somehow making it public safety issue. Remember that? We was talking about Kias and Hyundais. They're easy
They
to
make
steal.
it too easy to
Too
steal.
damn easy to steal. They're
It's-
responsible. They're liable. If your car was stolen, and Kia and Hyundai owe you money.
Well, last month, I mean, I'm walking by one. I couldn't help myself. I had to break in. It was too easy.
Yeah, you didn't steal it. You kept your head about you.
I just stole all the stuff in it.
In it. Yeah, that
Yes.
much is fine. Makes you kind of wonder, though, doesn't it, huh? What about all the other cars that were stolen? What about those manufacturers, huh?
Well, they weren't as easy.
The guy frames this thing as some sort of weird public safety issue, which is what he did here. I mean, the fact of this is laughable. Kia and Hyundai should sue him for making their cars a target for criminals. Because after you made that pronouncement, you announced it, then, of course, more were stolen.
Yeah. Yes. There you go.
Idiot. But they won. They caved. Kia and Hyundai caved.
Jeez, man. Unreal. I'll bring this up because I saw this story, and I just wanted to get your opinion on it. Because a lot of people have strong opinions when it comes to almost like a social media story like this. Did you hear about this woman that goes to a church that has an angel tree list where you can buy gifts for different kids that would be
People have those, yeah.
in need of gifts, that sort of thing? And she bought this kid, gifts, but as she got colored pencils, she didn't get the Crayola. She got them from Dollar Store.
Okay.
Right.
So?
Dude, people went after her. Not acceptable.
Oh.
Dollar Store.
Well.
No. Yeah. This is her telling the story. We'll get to the clip, and then I'll give you some of the other commentary that people were saying. But
For the past 24 hours, I have been relentlessly harassed for buying off-brand colored pencils for an Angel Tree gift. She wanted arts, crafts, skincare, and McDonald's. I purchased what I thought I myself would have enjoyed at her age, and the internet felt that I did not spend enough time or money, and has certainly let me know. While admittedly feeling very discouraged and in the moments very angry at personal attacks on my character, I have to remember that the same people who impulsively are ripping me apart with no awareness of who I am, my intentions, or the recommended requirements of this donation program, which, by the way, the recommended spending rate was $50 to $80. I spent just about $65. Are the same people who crucified a perfect man.
Well,
okay.
I was going to say, there also is a pretty famous story in the Bible about what it means to donate what you can.
Yeah.
To give what you can.
Yeah. But yeah, people went after her. And the post on social media, I mean, this was a few days ago. It was like over 1 million.
Man.
People with like strong, serious opinions on this.
Didn't buy like name brand?
Well, dude, she said, this is what I bought for the girl, starting with a winter candy apple gift set from Bath & Body Works. Okay? That's body wash, body butter, and lotion. And then she put in a few face masks, said she... got a paint by numbers kit, a dolphin keychain, acne patches, and then the pencils. And she said, and I got them at the dollar store because it was a set of 12 and the Crayola version only had 10. People are like, no, you get the Crayola. That's part of the magic. It's the Crayola ones, not the cheap ones.
It's the magic.
I know. Would you know there was a difference?
No.
Yeah.
I would have been very happy with whatever types when I was a kid.
Yeah. So, isn't that stupid?
This is where we are, though.
Hey, how much have you donated to a cause?
Exactly.
What gift did you get for a kid in need?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I bet they could not answer the question.
I mean, she's not like giving used, colored pencils.
Right.
That would be junk for Jesus, and that was a big no-no in my house. You don't give junk for Jesus.
Oh, yeah. You don't, like, if you're donating clothes, you're not donating stuff with holes in it.
Right,
and stuff.
exactly.
Right. Yeah, I remember that.
Never heard that term before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have heard that
for
term.
Jesus.
That was a big one in the Van Camp household.
It's like a Depeche Mode album.
All right, David, what do you got for your story?
Well, you mentioned Scott has pink eye, and you called him Pink Eye Robbins, and I said, boy, that sounds like, I don't know, what, the starting shortstop for a baseball team in the 1950s.
Yeah.
Yes.
A little bit. Oh, Pink Eye coming up to the plate.
When you're running and your legs look like they're little and they're running really fast.
Oh, they speed up the video?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
there's old Pink Eye.
there is now a song for Pink Eye Robbins.
I knew it.
A great baseball star from the 1950s.
Hey, folks, have you heard the news?
Pink Eye Robbins is the one to choose.
He swings so sweet, it's a home run sound. Pink Eye Robbins, the talk of the town. With the bat in his hand, he's the king of the game. You know his style, you know his name.
Pink Eye Robbins, he's the man. It's that ball like nobody can. Slide to the base with a wink and a grin. With
Pink Eye Robbins, your team will win. Strike three's a myth when he's on the plate. The crowds go wild, he's never late. A hero in cleats, he's the real big deal. Pink Eye Robbins got that all-star appeal. So grab your peanuts, grab your glove. Cheer for Pink Eye, the star we love. Pink Eye Robbins, hear the crowds roar. Baseball legend forevermore.
Pretty good.
It does remind me of those Joltin' Joe
Hey, hey,
DiMaggio.
folks, have you heard the news?
Well, it makes me think if there was one with you being a pitcher, because you know how you stare into the catcher and the batter's looking?
Yeah.
And you just close one eye, almost like Max Scherzer.
Yeah.
You're just looking in with the pink eye.
Instead of spitting chewing tobacco, your eye is leaking pus.
Oh, gosh. Well, I was thinking then it's just he's looking at you with a pink stink eye. That would be rather intimidating, I got to admit.
Yeah, one brown, one pink.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, we got to get to a news update. And Nimrod's in the news in just a few.
Today, I'm here with Amy Rencher, Senior Vice President of Small Business and Talent at the Michigan Economic Development Corporation.
The Michigan Economic Development Corporation, or the MEDC, as we like to call it, plays a critical role in really a networked statewide approach to supporting tech-based entrepreneurs and more traditional small businesses across the state of Michigan. This really is a networked approach. We see ourselves as a convener, connector among partners to expert resources, helping lift up best practice across the field, align with national standards, industry standards for best-in-class service to entrepreneurs for benchmarking purposes, for access to capital, for other growth-related milestones, hiring for the first time, hiring many people for the first time. All these things help make for a rich entrepreneurial ecosystem for which we're a key player in.
To hear more of this interview with Amy Rencher from MEDC, go to thismorningwithgordondeal.com and click on the MEDC microphone.
Billy, your gas light's on. We need to stop and fill up.
No way, Jen. Gas around here is too expensive. We can make it a little further.
Billy, listen to your big sister. You don't need to drive all over searching for the lowest gas prices. Do what I do and use Upside.
Upside?
Do you live under a rock, Billy? Upside is the hottest cashback app out there. It's free to download, and you get real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it all the time, and I've already made around $200.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway?
Yes, I'm looking at the Upside app now, and you can get up to a $5 cashback bonus on your first tank.
Okay, I'm stopping to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code SUPPLY to get up to a $5 cashback bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code SUPPLY to get up to a $5 cashback bonus on your first tank. That's code SUPPLY for up to a $5 cashback bonus.
All right. The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. You know, holiday cooking can be stressful. You don't want to mess it up.
No.
Especially if it's like the first time and it's at your place. There's a big pressure going on. And that's where Chef IQ Sense can come in handy. I mean, if it can make me look like a decent chef, it can help anybody. Because every family, it seems, has some sort of disaster story, whether it's with the turkey or the roast or the chicken, whatever it is. And you can avoid it all with Chef IQ Sense. It takes all of the guesswork out of the cooking.
Oh, okay, my turn? All right. It's all screwed up with David here. IQ Sense is a wireless cooking thermometer, and it's awesome. It tells you when to flip it, when to take it off the heat, even how long to let it rest. It's like having your own personal chef right there in the kitchen without having to pay one, which is good. And you can actually relax a little bit while the food is in the oven. You can sip a little cocoa, hang with the family, instead of hovering around the oven all day long. And it'll also help you with anything you're cooking. Steaks, chicken, fish, turkey, anything. Chef IQ's got you covered. Seriously, you're going to wonder how you ever cooked without this thing. Plus, it's the ultimate gift for seasoned pros or the kitchen rookies. This season, give the gift of perfectly cooked meats with Chef IQ. And with our promo code MVCR, you'll save 30%. Get all the shopping done right there. Go to chefiq.com, promo code MVCR. That's chefiq.com.
There's a news update. It's something you brought up the other day, Scott.
Yeah.
By the way, yeah, David had to step out.
Yeah.
You got some fun stuff actually going on this afternoon.
Does he?
Cool. Yeah, he'll fill us in tomorrow.
Good.
Michelle Tafoya.
Yes.
Used to be with NBC Sports.
Yes, she did.
Maybe running for Senate in Minnesota.
Yeah, man. She's inserted herself as more of a political commentator.
Yes.
And she's on Gutfeld a lot, his show.
I don't see that too much.
Yeah,
I see her doing some hits on Fox.
She's on there quite a bit as a panelist.
She's a common sense person.
Yeah, she's common sense. She's great in front of the camera.
Oh, yeah.
And she's well spoken. So, yeah, it'd be a perfect candidate. Everybody knows who she is, or a lot of people do.
So, Tim Scott, who is the chair of the National Republican Senatorial Committee, said, yeah, they're eyeing Minnesota and looking at Michelle Tafoya. He said, we're excited about expanding our map. Minnesota, one of the target states. So, wow. You think she could win it there?
I don't know. I know
our friends in Minnesota think so.
I mean, it would be nice. I hope so. I got a good friend of mine that's in Minnesota right now, and he is a conservative dude, and he's not happy with anything.
No, there's a lot to be completely unhappy about.
What about the Somalis? How do they feel about it?
I don't think they probably like Michelle Tafoya, which is another reason to vote for her.
Right, exactly.
All right, we got to get the Nimrods. Here we go.
When the going gets tough.
Damn it, this is too hard.
The dumb get dumber.
All right, Dean.
It's Nimrods in the News on the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
I love the poorly educated.
All right. Nimrod's in the news. You know, marijuana's in the news a lot right now. Marijuana in the news here, Auburn, California. Police there say they saw a box outside with a sign saying, "Merry Christmas, free weed," all caps, free weed.
That's thoughtful.
Organic and cage-free.
That's very thoughtful.
There were dozens of jars in the box, apparently filled with marijuana. But here's the thing. It was very close to a high school.
Oh.
You can't do that.
No.
So they said then these 29 mason jars of cage-free weed were disposed of responsibly. What does that exactly mean?
I don't know.
Burning it somewhere, everybody's like, where do we go?
How do you have cage-free marijuana?
You have to. It's California, Scott. You figure out a way.
Throw it in a cage?
Yes, absolutely. So they're trying to figure out, okay, was this for some sort of weed shop?
Well, yeah.
Where did this come from? It's legal there, but you can't do it in front of a school. And that's Nimrod's in the news.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy. In 2011, I founded Wesley Financial Group with one goal in mind, to help honest folks out of their timeshares permanently. Today, I run Wesley with my two sons, a real family business, treating every client and every employee like we'd want our own family treated. That philosophy has helped us grow into the largest, most trusted timeshare cancellation company in the United States. Fortune magazine even recognized us as one of the best places to work. Why? Because we genuinely care. In fact, some of our former clients were so moved by their experience working with us, they joined our team so they could help others to timeshare freedom. If you're stuck in a timeshare, give us a call. Let our family help your family.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit kit. 800-885-7700. 800-885-7700. That's 800-885-7700.
Are you ready?
Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, and Scott Robbins.
We just become best friends. Yep.
Making sense of it all.
Now I get it.
And having some fun.
Lighten up, Francis.
This is the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp. He's out for the rest of the show. He'll be back tomorrow. There's Scott Robbins. So it's happening, and I know some Republicans were hoping this wasn't going to happen, but Trump is signing an executive order to reschedule marijuana.
To do what?
From a Schedule 1 to a Schedule 3 controlled substance.
What does that mean?
With legitimate medical uses.
Oh, okay.
Here's the president.
Today I'm pleased to announce that I will be signing an executive order to reschedule marijuana from a Schedule 1 to a Schedule 3 controlled substance with legitimate medical uses. We have people begging for me to do this, people that are in great pain. For decades, this action has been requested by American patients suffering from extreme pain, incurable diseases, aggressive cancers, seizure disorders, neurological problems, and more, including numerous veterans with service-related injuries and older Americans who live with chronic medical problems that severely degrade their quality of life.
Okay, so that's part of the statement.
Okay.
All right. So your first thoughts, Scott Robbins?
Well, I don't know what that means exactly. I mean, what, the weed shops can still sell their weed, I'm guessing?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's no problem there.
It's not making it legal across the United States, like federally.
Well, you have to have some sort of special.
But it's reclassifying, in the way I understand it, then for medical weed.
Right. But, I mean, so what if the recreational stuff that
Well, people are still going to be able to do that in the states.
Okay.
Where it's legal.
I just wondered about that one. So
yes.
I wasn't
Were you
nervous
scared
about
for a second?
No,
it sounds like it.
I know,
Why? Well, what is it, Markley?
It came off that way. I know.
Well, but what does it mean for me?
I better go get some tonight. Then a lot of it. Yeah.
I didn't know you started again.
No, I didn't. I never was a big weed guy.
I know.
And I'm not opposed to weed. I'm just saying,
You said all people that smoke weed are dirty.
I never said that. I just said that.
And losers. That's what I thought you said.
Didn't give me quite the jolt the booze did. So.
Yeah, I understand. And no, you never said that. I was joking.
It was more booze than weed.
Excuse me. I still got this cough. I apologize.
From the weed.
It just, been puff and tough lately. No, it's not from the weed. It's from the same thing I've had for a couple of weeks when someone said I sounded like RFK.
Yeah.
Anyway, because Trump, before said, hey, shouldn't be doing drugs.
Right.
Well, this isn't exactly him now saying, yeah, you should do drugs. But I know some people, have brought out when in 2019 it was Take Your Kid to Work Day, and he was talking about drugs in general.
While I have you, never take drugs. Don't drink alcohol. Don't smoke. Enjoy your life, okay? No drugs, no alcohol, no smoke. You don't need it. It causes a lot of problems, so just remember that. If you learn one thing.
I don't think it's hypocrisy now to be different. Some people do. I know this, man. When you bring up whether it's medical marijuana or legal weed, you'll find people with a huge difference in opinions. As far as, well, it's addictive. No, it's not. Studies have shown it. Well, it's never killed. Excuse me. It's never killed anybody.
No, I don't know about that either. I mean, I also don't buy into the fact that it's not addictive. I mean, I personally have known a couple of people that just can't live without it.
Would they admit to being addicted?
They get the flop sweat if their supply runs low.
Got it.
Yeah, they'd be addicted to it. Yes, I think there is an addiction issue there. Yes.
Alex Berenson, he would say, yes, there is. He's studied this, for a long time. This was one of the things he was known for before COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And this was, 2019 when he was saying this at the time?
It turns out that there is a proven link between cannabis and psychosis. There's a very, very strong risk that if you smoke too much when you're in your teens, you're more likely to develop schizophrenia, which is really a devastating mental illness for people. Awful for not just for the people who suffer, but their families. It destroys families, and furthermore, there's a downstream link between psychosis and violence. So, reefer madness basically is real.
Which, we all watched that as kids, laughed our heads off.
And
like,
today,
oh, my gosh.
Children will be watching a movie about the dangers of marijuana use called Reefer Madness.
Now, when I would say something like, has it made anybody's life truly better? Some might say, well, medical marijuana, yeah.
I can see that.
But the other thing that Berenson, this was like last week, he was talking about the THC levels, different now.
I was just wondering about that. Yeah, that was weird because I was just going to mention that, yeah.
Because people talk all the time about the weed now.
Yeah.
Like if you dabbled or whatever when you were younger, but you haven't touched it in years, and you're thinking, well, it's not that big a deal. The weed is different now, at least according to Berenson and other people.
You have this really high potency cannabis that used to be, maybe it was 1 to 3% THC. Now, if you smoke it, it's 20 or 30% THC. And again, you can have extracts that are basically pure THC that are really easy to smoke. You're not even smoking, you're just inhaling the vapor, or you're eating gummies, edibles. And so it's easy for people who consume a lot of THC. And THC is addictive. Cannabis is addictive, even though the people who back it say it's not.
Which would at least lend credence to what you said about your friends.
Yeah. I mean, I've known people who have panicked. This was before it was legal.
Right.
But if they couldn't get it or couldn't find it, or, they'd be rattling all kinds of cages to try to come up with something.
Yeah, I've known people, too, that would say at the time they weren't addicted to it. They could quit. But then later on said, well, I had to admit I was addicted to it, and I quit. And at least these people I knew would say, and my life's much better for it.
That's a lot of things you can get addicted to if you, abuse the privilege.
What else are you talking about?
I'm not on anything. I mean, whether it's watching TV or whether it's being online or whether, whatever it is.
Oh, like addicted to your phone.
Yeah, just addicted to
Addicted to
things.
social media.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if it's got control over you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things. So we'll see what the reaction is from people. I know it's been split, at least among conservatives.
Mm-hmm.
And, he's got the whole group with him today, Trump, as he's taking questions right now. Dr. Oz, a bunch of people in white coats, looking professional.
I don't know why. Yeah, and it's so weird why they have to put the white coat on. I don't understand.
Well,
it looks very, I guess, because of the optics.
Of course.
Yeah.
Optics matter.
But you see the guy on TV selling the vitamins with the white coat on.
Oh, yeah. Dang, dude, you might have to take this. This cough is killing me.
Bench is empty, friend.
It's all yours. Go back to solo Scott Robbins.
No, thank you.
The attorney for Nick Reiner yesterday.
Yeah. High-powered attorney.
Oh, Alan Jackson.
Yeah, big deal.
And now people are wondering, is he going to be able to get this guy off? What? Over temporary insanity, being an addict? I don't know.
They were talking today they might go with the Menendez brothers' defense.
Which would be?
That he was abused.
By Rob Reiner.
Right, Rob and his wife, yes.
You're talking about physically or
mentally? Physically, whatever. Has abuse being the driver of his behavior. That and addiction.
Okay.
I mean, again, I don't know if they're going to do that or not, but that's been rumored that because he was the Mendoza brothers' attorney.
Well, yeah, that's true. Did you hear the statement he had yesterday?
Yeah.
The attorney?
Yeah, I did hear it.
Okay, let's try to take this apart for a second. What does he get?
This is a devastating tragedy that has befallen the Reiner family. We all recognize that. Our hearts go out to the entire Reiner family. There are very, very complex and serious issues that are associated with this case. These need to be thoroughly but very carefully dealt with and examined and looked at and analyzed. We ask that during this process you allow the system to move forward in the way that it was designed to move forward, not with a rush to judgment, not with jumping to conclusions, but with restraint.
Hold on a second.
Yeah, right.
That's already gone. Okay.
Conclusion jumping?
Yeah, everybody knows he was an addict. They had a fight at the party. He goes in. Sister finds her parents.
Mm-hmm.
And depending on what story you've heard,
yeah.
The one that Billy Bush was talking about was mom was still alive.
And told the daughter who killed them or who attempted to kill her.
It was her brother.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you've seen the footage of him afterwards and then at the hotel. Well, yeah. I mean, I think people know he did it.
It is interesting how quickly they got it, though.
Yeah, because I think that was the whole deal.
In fact, yeah. And if she did tell them, yeah.
Yes. He goes on.
And with dignity and with the respect that this system and this process deserves and that the family deserves.
Are you saying that hasn't happened so far?
He's in all kinds of lawyerly terms.
Yes.
Yeah. So with that, we are set for January 7th for an arraignment. This was a continuance of an arraignment. Nothing happened today substantively. We'll be back for an arraignment in the same department on the 7th of January.
Okay. Now, is this a story, honestly, we'll put it this way. If you weren't doing the show, is this a story that you would be following a lot, Scott?
Yes.
You would?
Yeah. I think a lot of people are following it a lot just because of the nature of it.
Just because you find it interesting.
Well, that a kid killed his parents and they're high-profile people.
Yeah.
And everybody knows who Rob Reiner is. And
yeah.
So, yeah, I think people, yeah.
I wouldn't.
It's pretty salacious, yeah.
Cover it because we do the show and we're going to talk about it.
You wouldn't be following it at all.
No.
At all?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not now.
Not the least bit curious, okay.
Well, you kind of know the story.
Yeah.
And then anything else that comes out, I mean, it's not one of those things that's exactly uplifting. There's enough negative crap going on.
I'm just wondering where this guy's going to go with it, what the defense will be.
Now, that might be, once they get into that part of it.
Let's go, was it January? Not till January 9th or something?
7th.
7th, okay.
Yes. Boy, it was crazy, switching gears here, to the story out of Lake Geneva, Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
You ever been there? It's very nice.
Never have been.
Yeah. Nice area. A lot of nice restaurants, touristy. So guests are dining at the Grand Geneva Resort's one of those restaurants. Okay. Did you hear about the unwelcome surprise Sunday night?
I did not.
When a raccoon fell into the dining room.
Oh, gosh. Really?
Yes.
Fell in?
From
the ceiling?
Yes.
Oh, gosh.
Yep.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes.
Oh, man.
And bit a guest.
Yeah, see, they're mean, man. I'm telling you. They look all cuddly and everything, but they're not.
No. Local story about it. Here you go.
Customer who was bit by a raccoon.
We don't know how this raccoon got there. It was quite a large raccoon driving there as this thing was growling, hissing, scratching. When it gets brutally cold, it's not uncommon to get these calls for raccoons. They did all the right things. They got medical care for the person that got bit. He was taken to the hospital, and I felt like I owed that to the person that got bit because his entire process for his treatment relies basically solely on do we get this animal or not.
Yeah.
Dude, you're just going out for dinner. You're looking for a quiet night. Maybe reconnecting. A raccoon falls out of the ceiling.
Yeah, and bites you.
All right, a couple updates to get to in the 5 stories we're watching today. Straight ahead. You've got all that Christmas shopping done, right? Or maybe you're like most of us thinking, I'll just get it done next weekend until there's almost no time left. Well, it's crunch time, and last-minute shopping is no fun at all. But there's an easy gift you can get without battling the crowds. It's a digital frame from Aura Frames.
Yeah, my parents definitely love these. I can share photos of my 2 little kids. It's way better than using a shared photo album on the phone because with an Aura frame, not only is it a part of the home decor, they don't have to go rummaging around the phone to see where the pictures are.
And for a limited time, you can save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off Aura's best-selling Carver matte frames. Named #1 by Wirecutter. Just use the promo code MVCR at checkout. That's AURA frames.com, promo code MVCR. The deal is exclusive to listeners, and frames will sell out fast, so order yours now and get it in time for the holidays. Support us by mentioning Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins at checkout. Terms and conditions apply. It's the best time of the year. The lights are up, the cookies are in the oven, and some of the most exciting games of the season are coming up. Football coming down to the wire, basketball, hockey, so keep the holiday vibes going on Prize Picks and snag yourself $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. Prize Picks is super easy to use. Just pick 2 or more players. You choose more or less on their stat projections and watch your lineup light up like the holidays. And now they've added early payouts. If your lineup comes out swinging, you might be able to cash out before the game is even over. Don't miss out on the action this season. Prize Picks, it's always good to be right. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use code MVCR. $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. That's code MVCR on Prize Picks. Get $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. Win or lose, you're going to get the $50 in lineups just for playing. That's guaranteed. Make sure to download that Prize Picks app today. Use code MVCR. Get $50 instantly when you play $5. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp's out. He'll be back tomorrow. Now time for the 5 stories we're watching today.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Well, story number 5, just talked about it a little bit ago. President Trump rescheduled, that's what they call it, marijuana from Schedule 1 to Schedule 3.
Oh, okay. That means no opening act.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Where's 2? The most restrictive Controlled Substance Act was Schedule 1. That was drugs with a high potential for abuse and no accepted medical value. But now it'll be Schedule 3, like alongside ketamine. But it does stop short of full legalization.
Alongside ketamine?
Yes.
Oh.
That's as one story reads.
Yeah.
That's what ketamine is.
Ketamine
is what?
Tough stuff, man.
Well, again, that's one of those that's always controversial because you'll have people saying, oh, it's very helpful to people, and others saying, man, it's really dangerous. So that's what it'll be scheduled. Again, Schedule 3.
What's his name? From Friends.
Oh, that's right. You followed that story closer than I did. I forget. I mean, it was a cocktail of a bunch of stuff, wasn't it?
Well, ketamine he was addicted to ketamine.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway.
Story number 4, FBI Director Dan Bongino did confirm he'll be leaving his job next month. And it'll be interesting to see what he says exactly why.
Apparently he and Bondi had it out.
Again.
That was part of it, yeah.
Because you heard that before.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Story 3 in Australia, an unmarked police car rammed a vehicle carrying a group of men believed to be traveling toward Bondi Beach, planning a violent act. 7 suspected terrorists arrested. Dude,
yeah, I know.
It's going all, all over the world. Story 2, House of Representatives passed a bill to criminalize parents and providers for providing sex changes to kids. And Democrats, a lot of them furious about it.
I know. It's
what
you know what side they're on.
No kidding.
Yep.
And story 1, President Trump did not declare war on Venezuela during his primetime speech last night.
Were you disappointed in that?
Not at all.
Me either.
Not at all.
Hey, if you want to lose meaningful weight at a healthy pace and keep it off, add lean to your diet and exercise routine. You get 20% off right now when you enter the code MVCR at takelean.com. That's code MVCR at takelean.com.
Did you know the Little Sisters of the Poor are still fighting in lawsuits?
Oh, this is the birth control thing, or?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw this. What the heck?
This has been going on now for 14 years with them.
Right.
Fighting a lower court decision against a Trump administration rule allowing religious employers to opt out of having to provide their employees contraceptive coverage in health care plans.
Yes. They're the Little Sisters of the Poor.
Yes.
I mean, they're religiously opposed to this sort of thing. What's the deal, man? They're going to make them do it, though, I guess, right?
Well, here's the deal.
Okay.
If you go back, the Trump administration gave religious exemptions to the contraceptive mandate included in the Affordable Care Act. I think Trump is right, unaffordable, also known as Obamacare. And, yeah, they appealed it and won at the Supreme Court.
Oh, that's good.
So it's like, what are we still doing?
I don't know.
I saw that story. I'm like, what is the date on this? Is this 2015 or 2025?
Right, exactly.
No, it's still appealing. Some lower court says, well, you got to do this.
Yeah.
I'm sure an activist judge.
It's really wild.
So, saw that out there. San Diego schools are helping students hide their gender identity from parents.
Well, parents don't need to know. What do they need to know that for? Huh?
It's like a lot of these stories you'll see. It's like, I thought this was taken care of. This is still happening?
You get pockets of it, I guess, still, right? I mean.
And claiming there's 9 genders. Yeah.
9?
This is the Markley, Van Camp, and Robin show.
Oh, I'd like to have Casey count those down.
The 9?
9 to 1. I can't think of 9 off the top of my head.
Well, I guess we're going to have to go down that list in just a bit then, aren't we?
You have all 9 of them?
You request? Well, yeah, I can.
Oh, my. Well, yeah, I mean, I think we should. I'd like to know. 9 genders.
I have a prediction.
Yeah?
During at least one, you'll say, what is that?
Well, I'm more than one, I'm guessing.
That would be my guess. So, yes, we will get to that then, coming up.
9 different genders.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Massachusetts dropped the controversial gender ideology mandate for licensing foster care parents.
Yeah, that was good.
That was
sane.
Finally.
Yeah.
Yes. So we'll get to that. And your top 3, the trifecta, coming up in just a few. The Markley, Van Camp, and Robin Show. I'm Jamie Markley, the Gen Xer. David Van Camp, the Millennial. It's out for the rest of this afternoon. Yep. Back tomorrow. There's the Sexy Boomer, Scott Robbins. Mm-hmm. Got the trifecta coming up before we get there. I know you're going to ask me all of these. I don't have all the names. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Okay.
But I got all the genders.
That's what I want to hear.
Started to talk about San Diego schools. I'm losing my voice. I apologize. It's annoying and irritating, and I apologize. Not to you, Scott. I don't mind offending you.
No, I know.
It's if you're listening
okay.
right now. These schools help students hide their gender identity from parents. Jeez. Claim there are 9 genders.
9? I was like, how? What?
And 28 sexual orientations.
Okay, well, I'm assuming you don't have all those.
No.
But you do have the 9 genders.
Yes.
Okay.
You want to know what they are? Okay. It's transgender.
Okay.
Cisgender female.
That means?
Female.
Right, that's what it means. It doesn't work.
Cisgender male.
Okay.
According to them.
Okay, that's male, female, all right.
Non-binary.
Okay.
Demo girl.
No idea.
No idea.
Demo girl?
Yep.
So that's like you are not sure, and here's your demo? I don't know what that means. I've never heard of the demo girl in my life.
Do you want a quick search on this?
Well, do you have one? Demo
well, I
girl?
will.
Maybe it's not even in there. Maybe it's made up.
Oh, somebody's going to know what it is.
I've never heard. I mean, I've heard them all. I've never heard that one. Demo girl.
Okay, someone whose gender identity is partially female, but not fully or exclusively female.
What does that mean?
That means it falls under the demigender umbrella or demigender umbrella.
Oh, my God. Okay, demo girl. All right.
Well,
not quite a girl, kind of a girl, mostly girl, but not quite. Is that what it is? I'm dumbing it down here.
Well, do you want to move on or do you want to lean into this? Because if you want to lean into it, I can tell you more.
I want to learn more about demo girl.
Typically feels a strong connection to being female, but also feels partly outside the binary.
Mm.
What does that mean?
Bisexual? I don't know.
That means, what if you like Barbies for the most part, but you like jumping your bicycle too?
I guess.
Just call it a girl.
She was a demo girl. Ding, 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 ding.
If you make me laugh, I'm going to cough and I can't talk.
Okay. All right.
Then there's demi boy.
Same thing, right?
Well, except it's a boy.
Yeah, but I mean...
Yeah, the same.
Mostly boy, but not quite,
I guess,
there yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gender fluid.
Yeah, I've heard that one.
Third gender.
Don't know that one. Third gender.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to know what it is,
well,
right?
What is third gender? I'm learning here as we move along today. This is a learning experience.
Yes.
Third gender and demo girl are the two I don't recognize.
They don't fit exclusively into the male-female binary.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what that means. Third gender is not just personal identity. It includes social roles, expectations, and legal recognition.
I have no expectations for that.
Oh, gosh. Some people who might use or overlap with this term include non-binary people, gender-neutral identities, people whose gender doesn't align with male-female categories. In other words, people that are begging for attention.
Is that on there?
No, that's me.
Okay.
Well, actually, third gender. You could just hear that, can't you?
No, I can.
And then the last one is, what? Agender?
A, the letter A?
It's what it appears to be.
Or a gender?
Yes. What is it?
I don't fit into any particular gender?
That's a way people understand and experience being male, female, both, neither, or something else, shaped by a mix of identity, roles, and expression within a society.
Got it.
What is the nonsense?
I don't know.
Gosh.
And who comes up with these words? With the terminologies? Who starts that?
People that have no skills. That this is what you do all day. You know it would be good.
You cook up genders.
And they're all over the place. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
but I'm sure they got a PhD in it.
In California, everybody's going to be able to put their gender down, whatever they think. Yeah.
And then they go into the 28 sexual orientations from the genders.
Oh, my God.
Including androsexual, panoramic sexual.
Panoramic?
Yes.
So do you like to have
I don't know.
Sexual relations with a view? Like a mountain.
You're going to make me look up every single one of these on the fly, aren't you?
Panoramic is interesting, though, because I can't imagine what that would be other than I know what panorama means.
I'm afraid by looking this up on this computer, I'm going to get in trouble with HR.
Yeah, don't do that. We'll just pretend.
No, you want to know.
I don't want you to get in trouble with HR because you're right. It's like, who's looking up panoramic?
Panoramic. Well, pansexual means a person can feel romantic or sexual attraction to people regardless of gender.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's within the pansexual
the family of pansexuals
area, I guess.
I don't know.
Panoramic. Then there's gray sexual.
Gray. That means older people doing it.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Oh gosh, what am I going to get in trouble? What is gray sexual?
Gray sexual.
Maybe are you
G-R-A-Y, right?
just only attracted to people with gray hair?
That's what I'm wondering. See, I wonder if it's some
not that.
octogenarian thing. Yeah.
That's someone who experiences sexual attraction very rarely, very weakly. only under specific circumstances.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Do we really need all this? No.
No.
But it sure is fun.
Then there's biromantic, homosexual.
That one I know.
What is that?
Homosexual?
No, biromantic homosexual.
A biromantic homosexual.
Yeah.
Well, that's confusing, isn't it?
Yes.
Biromantic. You like...
The computer's going to shut me down.
You can love both men and women and...
Person whose romantic attraction and sexual attraction don't line up the same way.
Okay.
Romantically attracted to two or more genders. Okay.
All right. That kind of makes sense now.
All right. So, wasn't that just bisexual?
That's what I thought.
But not, there's got to be a new name for that,
you got
apparently.
to have something else, I guess.
All right.
Bisexual is so yesterday.
And so, yeah, there are people in San Diego ticked off because a lot of parents had no idea this nonsense is going on.
Golly.
Erica Sanzi, Senior Director of Communications for Defending Education, said in a statement, San Diego Unified is just another example of ideological capture in K through 12. While I suspect most parents and staff aren't even aware of what's on the page of their website, it has to be interpreted as the official position of the district.
Guarantee you they don't. No.
Golly.
You're right.
The other story we had mentioned real quick, which was good news, was Massachusetts dropping the controversial gender ideology mandate for licensing foster care parents.
That's a good deal. Yeah. There was.
Well, it used to be, if they're trans, you got to identify and go along with it.
Well, and you have to teach the children about LGBTQIA elements.
Yeah, no.
Whatever. You must. Yeah.
They're saying, okay. Yeah, and that's what you got to do. You got to fight, on all of this.
Yeah, well, very rarely do they win, but they did. So there you go.
There you go. All right, you ready for your three?
Let's go.
Here we go.
Are you ready?
1, 2, buckle my shoe on.
It's the three most important news stories of the day.
I hit the trifecta.
Well, at least according to Scott Robbins. It's the trifecta on the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
Every day about this time, Scott Robbins' top three stories, helped by his hero.
I'm Casey.
Well, we could have used you to count down the 9 genders, man. Sorry, we didn't ask you.
No way.
He wouldn't have done it right.
Wanted no part of that.
He wouldn't have done it.
I'm ready. 3.
Done with it. Done with it.
3.
Okay, got it, Casey. Thank you. Medical center that employs a woman who berated the Target worker over the Charlie Kirk shirt. We had this yesterday. This woman, this nut job, goes into a Target, and the older lady is working there, stocking, just putting up like girls' clothes, right? And it was just working, doing your job. She's got a red shirt on. It's a Charlie Kirk shirt, freedom shirt.
Just says freedom on the front.
Freedom on. I think there's a patch on it that indicates it's a Charlie Kirk shirt, right?
There's a flag.
I think
maybe it's turning point on the sleeve.
I think there's some turning point somewhere.
Okay.
But at any rate, so this woman out of nowhere, unprovoked, nothing, just starts screaming at her about how Charlie Kirk was racist and you support racism, and it was wild.
Well, and this is just a sort of a feeble, nice lady, older lady.
Exactly.
Why? They let you wear that shirt here?
Yes. Why?
So,
why are you taking my picture?
why are you wearing that shirt? You're working. It's not
It's
a
a
Target
red
shirt.
shirt. I can wear any red shirt.
It's not a plain shirt.
It doesn't have to be.
It's a Charlie Kirk shirt.
Yes. Yes, I know.
Are you
No.
Why the would you wear that? You're at work at Target. That's not a Target shirt. It's not a plain red shirt.
Are you the manager at Target?
Exactly.
Shut up.
You support a racist.
It's not racist.
You support a racist.
He's not a racist.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Yes, he
I'm
is.
sorry.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm not going to stand here and argue with you.
You're not. You should go
over
get
it.
your manager. You should not be allowed to wear that at work. Unacceptable. Unacceptable.
That's your opinion.
No, the opinion is he's racist and you support him.
That's your opinion, ma'am.
And you
Have a
shouldn't.
nice day.
You should not be allowed to wear that. This is going to be taken above your head. That's insane. Insane.
Have a nice day.
The way she handled that, dude, is so admirable, and I don't have it in me. I don't.
I don't either. Oh, no. No, I'd have lost it. For sure. And the smugness. Just awful. Well, anyway, they found out who she was.
Yeah.
And before long, the phone number went out of where you could contact her employer, and people did. 6,000 people did, as a matter of fact, and counting. And they started a GoFundMe, which at last check this morning had over $200,000 attached to it. for this lady.
Yes.
That works at Target. Yeah, that was berated by this nut.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Target employee was identified as somebody named Jean, and then they interviewed her. Somebody interviewed her, and she goes, "No, I don't wish harm on her. I don't want her to get fired." Meaning this woman that was yelling at her. I don't want her to get fired. I want to lose her job.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Yeah.
No, I don't think that's right. Like, one saying I have is, two wrongs don't make a right. She wronged me, but I don't want to wrong her, or I don't want her wrong, because it's not going to make it right. I mean, that was her opinion. But she's the one that put it on Facebook, or put it on that. So, but I really wouldn't want to see somebody lose their job over it.
A sweet person.
Gracious.
Yes.
And the thing is, a woman works in healthcare.
Wow.
I don't know, maybe it's my own paranoia, but having dealt with healthcare and a lot of doctors over the years, as you know, I've always wondered if their politics would come into play on how they treat different
A lot of people wonder that.
physicians.
You hope not.
I've never personally had to deal with that, so that I'm aware of anyway. Mm-hmm. But it's like one of those things in the back of your mind all the time.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, golly, I don't know.
Now, on with the countdown.
Scott Robbins trifecta, top 3 of the day. Now number
2.
Well, my love of all things Home Alone. I like the movie, Jamie. I've watched it several times.
Still do.
Kevin McAllister in the movie. Now, you've seen the movie a couple of times, I'm sure.
It's been a long time.
He goes to the grocery store, right? He goes to the Chicago area grocery store, and he buys milk, orange juice, white bread, frozen dinner, detergent, paper goods, even toy soldiers. Remember all that? And then he gets his dad's charge card. He puts it on there. The total was $19.83. Flash forward to today. What would the same thing cost Kevin McAllister 35 years later if he were to go and buy the same product? $53.95.
Wow.
And the countdown continues.
Donald Trump's America.
Scott Robbins trifecta, top 3 of the day.
And finally, 1.
Oh, man, this story. A former manager of the Harvard Medical School morgue in Boston was just sentenced yesterday to 8 years in prison for stealing and selling body parts.
Oh, gosh.
As if they were baubles. Authorities said Cedric Lodge was at the center of this scheme in which he shipped brains, skin, hands, and faces to buyers in Pennsylvania and elsewhere. After cadavers were donated to Harvard and they were no longer needed for research, they're to be either given back to the family or they're going to be cremated and given back to the family, right? Of the person that's deceased who put their and lent their body to science, right? One example provided skin to a buyer so it could be tanned into leather and bound into a book.
Oh, come on.
Oh, my gosh!
No, that's just terrible.
This was all part of the trial. And he sold somebody's face to somebody else.
Okay.
I ain't gonna stand for it.
Jeez.
Okay. 8 years doesn't seem like enough.
No, it doesn't.
Man.
Distic. All right. Scott Robbins trifecta.
Nice book,
Great job.
Chuck.
Yes.
What's that bound by?
It's really been an honor for
All
me.
right. News update. Nimrod's in the news. Coming up.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
FIFA World Cup 2026 is coming soon, but your opportunity to be there starts now through an exclusive offer with an eligible Bank of America Visa credit card. For a limited time, become a new customized cash rewards or unlimited cash rewards Visa credit card holder, and you will be eligible for a chance to purchase FIFA World Cup 2026 tickets. Learn more at BofA.com/card FWC26. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America NA in partnership with Visa. Terms apply. Rewards reserved.
You know, all of us have had back problems, and a bad mattress can make it so much worse. Plus, you're spending all night tossing and turning, trying to find the least terrible position to get comfortable. So your back's getting worse, and you're not getting nearly enough sleep. Time to check out the award-winning Ghost Bed. It's a luxury-level mattress at a reasonable price made right here in the USA.
Here's what I like the most. My wife and I know like a lot of couples, never agree on the temperature in the house. She's too cold. I start sweating through the sheets. Ghost Bed has cooling features in every mattress that actually senses my body temperature and adjusts. So I never get too hot, she never gets too cold. Every Ghost Bed comes with a 101-night sleep trial. So if you don't love your mattress, return it for free. Get your money back. Ghost Bed is giving you the best deal of the year, plus an extra 10% off when you use our code MVCR at ghostbed.com/MVCR. These prices are incredible. Don't miss it. That's ghostbed.com/MVCR. Promo code MVCR.
The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. We talked about it before, the fad diets over the years. Juice cleanses, baby food, cabbage, soup, raw food. They can work for a while, but once you stop, the weight usually comes right back. And really, for most people, by the time they hit 60, they've lost and regained hundreds of pounds. And a lot of people had no idea how much that going back and forth can do as far as damage. Doctors actually have a name for that. It's called weight cycling.
Yeah, about half of Americans do it, and it goes on long enough, it raises your risk for diabetes, liver damage, even heart attack and stroke. Bottom line is this: most people need help to stop the cycling. That's where Lean comes in. It's a non-prescription oral supplement, not a GLP-1 injectable. Lean's studied ingredients target weight loss in 3 big ways. Number 1, it helps maintain your healthy blood sugar levels. It also helps control your appetites and your cravings. And it helps burn fat by converting that fat into energy, which means, of course, you're more likely to keep the weight off. So if you want to lose meaningful weight and do it at a healthy pace and keep it off, add Lean to your diet and exercise routine. Get 20% off right now when you enter the code MVCR at takelean.com. That's code MVCR at takelean.com.
All right, we got to get to Nimrods. Here we go.
When the going gets tough,
Damn it, this is too hard.
the dumb get dumber.
All right, Dean.
It's Nimrods in the News on the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
I love the poorly educated.
All right. Nimrod's the news. We go to Ohio. A couple employees at this local restaurant staged a fake robbery using a photo they made with ChatGPT.
Oh, boy.
They texted it to their boss. He's like freaking. Oh my gosh, the bunch of masked dudes. So he thought it was real, called the cops.
Oh, no.
Everyone on the force on the way. They go to the restaurant. Everybody's like, what? What's going on? Both these guys in their 40s to pull the prank. They're in a buttload of trouble. Yep. Which they should be. And that's Nimrod's in the News.